What's the deal? What is the deal on the rezeal? Nah, I'm talking about. Nah, I'm talking about. I don't know what YouTube talking about. YouTube is boring right now. Everybody talking about the same stuff. Everybody want to talk about how the Martin Luther King Day parade. Martin Luther King Day parade. Golly, man. That's the only subject in LA. Man, I was so disappointed in YouTube yesterday. I was just riding out and about, man. Had to go to all the little barn places around my house so I can make sure that everything is everything when it's time to get these dang these little chicklets. Got a whole lot of chicklets finna come, so and I'm over there first time in my life looking for some damn chicken coops. Dig that. Me looking for some chicken coops. And it ain't that expensive. So now it's to the point like how many chickens I want and how big I want to do it. So yesterday, that's what I was on. And I was just listening to YouTube on the AirPods. Like I like to do my business like by myself when I be out and about. Cause if I don't have the headphones on, the way people be talking so much while you driving, I wouldn't hear nothing. So I just let them go ahead and have the radio. Hey, do your radio thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my YouTube thing. Once they saw that first check, family was believers. Oh my mama. They was like, damn, you for real, huh? They thought I was bullshitting. They thought I was bullshitting. They thought I was bullshitting for real, because they seen that check, and then when they see me go cash that, they was like, oh yeah, this nigga ain't playing. Do you need some help with this and that? I was like, yeah, all right. That's what everybody do, huh? When you go into the stew and you be rapping, and then your family like, you always go into the stew, this, and that. Then when they see you get paid from it, they like, dang, you really be rapping, huh? Yep, same thing. That's what happened to me yesterday. Everybody telling every family member they know, like, hey, you know that nigga T, that nigga Neptune, shit, that nigga get paid from YouTube. Girl. My mama probably told somebody at church, you know T got he getting a blessing from YouTube. Blessing? Yeah, all right. And, I don't know where the blessing came from. Shoot, I went to work. So you can bless all you want, or say it's a blessing, or call it whatever you need to call it. But shoot, if you don't work, that's what the Bible told me. You don't work, you don't eat. So I works. Even if I don't do the works yous be's doing, I's be working too. And this time, I's be working for myself. So, what y'all ran from, I'm going back to. I'm going back to vegetables. I'm going back to ducks. I'm going back to all that. Yeah. So with everybody scrambling around and can't find this and that, and they pull that Corona on y'all again. Y'all remember when Corona happened? How everybody was acting crazy for the tissue, the water, sanitized wipes, bleach. Yeah, y'all forgot. Yep. That was a sneak peek of what could really happen. You know how many people couldn't handle themselves during Corona? You know how many people was scared for their life when Corona hit? You know how many people got sick when they took the coronavirus shot? You know my grandma is one of them with dementia after she took that Corona shot. Real talk. Right when she took it, less than a year later, from that Corona shot, it was over for her. She started mentally deteriorating. But let's say this. How in the hell was Granny running marathons the year before she took the Pfizer or whatever? Kaiser finessed a lot of our grandparents. Kaiser told her at her age, we think you should get this. I don't know, but I know she went through Kaiser. I know Kaiser, like, this is one thing about my dad, too. Before he died, he used to be like, well, I got Kaiser. My granny do the same thing. I got Kaiser. Um, Kaiser was telling these old people to take that corona shot. Kaiser got a lot of these old people with different ailments. I know some that have died. Remember, old people was dying from it. My grandma, like I said, a year before, she was healthy. She's a dentist. She was still a dentist, not a dentist assistant, dentist. You heard it right, dentist. And she had a house, two houses in Georgia and one in Houston, Texas that she still got. But she ain't. That's another reason why I moved to Georgia to be close by Granny. I'm like down the street from Granny, and I don't even tell y'all about her because her house ain't my house, so I ain't gonna show her house. Why would I show Granny Mansion with the lake in the back? That's flossing on slossing. That's like, yeah, man, look at my house, man. I got another. I'm so 100 with y'all. I would tell y'all. The other house that I never shown on live, that's my granny house. I ain't finna go over there to her house. Oh yeah, how you doing, granny? And then go over there, floss her backyard, show the pond. And it's a big old pond in the backyard where people be going fishing. And she be saying her white neighbors be filling it. They say you ain't. This is what Granny said. You ain't really supposed to be fishing there, but the white people just love to seem like they giving black to the back folks. They be putting bass up in there and catfish and this, and that. That's their way. She said they sit in the backyard and watch all the black poor people fish right out the pond because we live in the rich area. That's where my granny live. And if she say all that, she must have been there when it was mostly all white. Yeah, Paw, I ain't gonna lie. The one out here, not my pawpaw in LA. My pawpaw out here. Oh no, 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 no. You talk about trees, the trees, man, cutting down trees, you know what I mean? But we talking about California type flowers, you know what I mean? We talking about real flowers. My grandpa was pushing that back in the day when it wasn't even cool to do that. They was still calling it hope. You put the D on the front instead of the H. Put the D on the front instead of the hope. That's what he was selling down here. And my grandma, when he died, that's when she unraveled everything. Oh yeah, he was only good. Y'all, she was telling my peoples, my uncles and aunties. Yeah, he was only good to y'all because he was the D man. I was like, Granny, you snitching. Why? If he was alive, you would have never told us that. You would have never told us Grandpa was selling flowers when it wasn't when it was way illegal. He probably was selling the stuff with the seeds in it. That's how old Grandpa was in Georgia, flipping pies. Yeah, we'll call it flipping pies. The ones you eat, YouTube purposes only. Yeah, and he was out here buying properties, and the properties he got is in very good places. And like I said, Granny got a big old with the U driveway where she got to put a sign in the front of her yard that say this is not a don't use this driveway as a turnaround or something like that because she got the big old U. You know what I mean? Like a Rick Ross type house on my mama. But since that Corona, like a year before, she was running marathons. Now, dementia. I'm talking about will squabble you, bite you, uh, cold cock you in the back of the head, come through your room, throw all your clothes and stuff out like a parole officer looking for something, flipping stuff off the table, take all the sheets and pillows and stuff, put it in the bathtub and turn water on. Yeah, that's what Granny doing now. Ever since she took that Corona shot, dead homies. Yes, Sirski. I don't even know what else to blame it on because it ain't nothing to blame it on. When she took that shot, it was over with for Granny. I can't say it no other way. On my mama. When Granny took that shot, she ain't been the same. I'm talking about she ain't you can't even trust her. I'm talking about to take her to Walmart and walk her around. It's like having a grown 2-year-old. She be tripping. She why is you looking at me like that? And just get to talking to people crazy. And at first, like my granny do it so good, like, but she got jokes like me. She be talking ish, but it's jokes too because you could tell whatever in her mind, she sees what's going on, but the way she voicing it is almost like you know what I mean. And she goes in on people. But like I said, it seemed like YouTube's still stuck on Martin Luther King. So later on today, like I said, man, I'm gonna pop outside. I'm gonna go ahead and try to put this little stuff together for y'all, man. I'm finna get this fencing and stuff. I'm still gonna go to Lowe's and all that and get all that link stuff for Champ. Yep. Orlando with the dreads. Yep, that's me. Let me start reading some of y'all chats because I sure wasn't reading. Why you spazzing? Roll the ish. Move. Hey, you already know I'm finna roll. What's going on? What's going on, Mata? Yeah. Pfizer. Yeah, it was one of them pills, man. One of them shots that got Granny from Corona. And then what was it yesterday? They did a big old ice raid and they ended up blicking somebody downtown. I mean, in LA yesterday. Y'all didn't hear about that? What's the deal? What's the deal? Y'all didn't hear about ICE agents, RIP somebody else in Los Angeles yesterday? Like they did that old lady. I know y'all heard about the white woman that was with the protest, and then she tried to drive off, and that federal ICE agent dumped her out, and then she was over there. She probably went like 2 or 3 cars. She ran into it, and it looked like she got out, and then people was with the camera to where her head was getting swole like a pumpkin, so he head tapped her. You know what I mean? He head tapped her through the thing. Yeah, so yesterday they ran down in LA County. They just said LA County. They didn't really say. And they ran down on some people at 7 o'clock in the morning. So just like I said, if them ICE agents is running down on y'all at 7 a.m., best believe they was up brushing their teeth before they even got there. Hey, check this out. Them ICE agents ain't nothing but ex-Navy, ex-Army, ex-Marine, ex-Air Force, and you know what? When they went to them other countries, they was getting away with sliming people out. So why would you think differently when they're in America? It's only in America we got the cameras and to get everything on the news. But what about when they was in Afghanistan? What about when they took that president just recently? What about when they went to go get bin Laden? They not gonna say, oh yeah, we RIP some kids, we RIP some adults. You know what I mean? They not gonna even keep a tab on it. They just gonna be like, oh, we got our man. But when they come and get their man in the United States, and then people there watching with videos and stuff like that, these people been trigger happy. Why you think they come home from war way different than what they was before? Them is not the people you want to be arresting people for not being here. And then look what happened. Y'all did all this and now y'all got fake Black Panther popping up. Trigger happy for shit show. Now y'all got Black Panther party popping out. And then so let's get into it. Okay. So you got these people what do they call them? You got all these people on like whatever reserve, you know what I mean? And these people, they get their careers and stuff like that going to the army per se. I don't know. My sister did. She went to the Navy. I know she retired with honors. I don't know what she do, but I know her husband is a counselor. He's not a psych. I was finna say psych. I was finna lie, but he a counselor. And when both of them was in the Navy, both of them met in the Navy. My sister still thinks she a Crip. And that's why she went to the Navy, because she thought she was so much crippin'. She went to the Navy. Look how dumb she was. Look how the gangbanger was dumb back in the day. My sister is 7 years older than me. So I'm 41. My sister 48. She still think crippin' is real. She went to the Navy because it was blue for Crips. I was like, oh, this broad weird. So look. So my sister, once her and her husband got like whatever jobs or position like certified, they left Long Beach. They was in Long Beach by the VA, and they was over there where all them veterans be over there getting their stuff with honorable discharge. So my sister and her husband got honorable discharge, and they hooked them up with jobs. And next thing you know, my sister and them went to Arizona, but she know how to shoot. Her husband know how to shoot. So no matter what, what branch you go into, you know how to shoot. And these people is laying people down in LA. I forgot what was the other lady, Wisconsin or something like that. What was it, Wisconsin or something like that? I know it was something with Wyoming. The lady got gunned down by ICE. Well, yeah, yesterday they ran down on the spot in LA County, and I guess some people ran out or whatever, or whoever suspects they was supposed to be trying to get, and they got in a car together. They tried to smash out, and the police unloaded on them, and yeah, R.I.P. them. Yeah, R.I.P. them, dog. These is facts. Just in case y'all ate up on the news. ICE just knocked somebody down in LA. So, you know, you can take that how you want to take it. But they not playing no more. And I don't know why you think they would. Donald Trump is backing all of it. So, you know what I mean? It's pretty much I don't know what everybody gonna do. What y'all gonna do? Another peace walk? Y'all gonna try to get violent against them? And it's funny that ICE been going all through LA, all through Chicago and all that, but all these tough Mexicans, all these line pushing gang banging Mexicans, I ain't seen none of them pull out no straps on the police and like get up out of here. But they'll do that to a black person. They'll do that to another Mexican. They'll do that to the police. I mean, to some white folks. But all these vatos locos, sonotos, botos with the soto and the totos, yeah, all those vatos locos with the tattoos all on their face, they sure ain't pulling out on the police. Ain't y'all Mexican mafia? Don't y'all got connection with the Mexican mafia? So why y'all ain't going up? Y'all got all the blickies. You can't say y'all ain't got the blickies. They just did a big old what's that called? A RICO in San Pedro. You know how many hundreds of motherfucking Mexicans that was connected to the Mexican mafias went to jail? You know how much drugs they found? You know how much guns they found in San Pedro? San Pedro. The Mexican mafia was running operation. They just got RICO. Better pay attention. So with all these blickies and stuff like that that the Mexican mafia give these Southsiders, why they ain't went against ICE? I ain't seen not no hood, 18, Florence, all these deep ass hoods. I ain't seen nobody get cracking on the police. Scary. The way I look at it, what you got to lose? You already getting deported. So what you waiting on? If you already getting deported, like me, what you waiting on? And now they murking stuff in LA. Run away from the police when ICE run up in your building, you gonna end up like that boy did yesterday. Yesterday when they tried to get away, blicked him down. He's gone. He's no longer. And then when the people try to press, like what was that? Like Wyoming, Wichita, where was that at with the white lady that just got RIP? And then look, she got RIP and tried to get out the car while she still had a little, and she's standing, leaning on her seat, the driver's seat, and her head with the beanie on, and they said her head was getting big as a pumpkin, and the police wasn't even touching her. And they got that on video. But that's the type of stuff you would never ever put on YouTube. That lady that got dumped out by the police, that white lady, in that last ICE raid, bro, they got video of her when she was trying to get out the car because she opened the door to get out, but she didn't make it. She was still standing, but she was slumped over like on the driver's steering wheel. And that lady head was growing bigger and bigger while the people was recording how ICE dumped her out. Now they got somebody in LA. You got a billion illegal Southsiders in LA that be writing on the walls all day looking like New York substations. And ain't none of them got cracking on no police. It's the old ladies, the old mamas, the grandmas, the taco trucks, the burrito people. It ain't the gang members. I ain't seen no gang members out there getting jiggy. I ain't seen no hood get jiggy with the police. I seen people that work at McDonald's getting jiggy with the police with they Taco Bell giddy up on with banners. Yeah, Minnesota. These people out there with food for less, clothing on, with banners talking about we ain't going. Come on, gang. Nigga sure still say Taco Bell. And they got a side up talking about protesting. Is you illegal too? Cause you should even, you took probably my daughter or my cousin's job by being illegal with that fake Social Security you got, right? Yeah, I know. They don't want to talk about that. And you wonder why it's hard to get a job in LA. Yeah, because everybody took them up. And you know how they do it? Y'all always know the head manager, even at El Pollo Loco, to Burger King, to Chick-fil-A, Mexican. Think about it. Every fast food joint you go to, who's the one that come out the back? That little short, fat Mexican lady with the bun that she been wearing for the past 20 years you been coming? Yeah, her. Illegal. And if she ain't, she flushing them in. She getting them jobs. She getting them to work so they can blend in. But ain't no blending when you ain't supposed to be here. I mean, for real. Ain't no blending. What you blending for? What you blending for? You blending just like Lush. He be blending his trees. Just blending. And then look at the whole world and be mad why black people on the street watching you go to work and hopping in your window. Stealing all your appliances. They know a little truth, but they can't move nothing because they ain't the police. They know by the way you live. Have y'all ever had some Mexicans live in your neighborhood and you just know they ain't from here? Like you can just tell how they living. They'll be living in an apartment with chickens running up and down the apartment building, roosters and all that too, all in the street. Come on, man. They'll turn LA into a country back road. Dead homies, nigga. That's why I'm familiar with chickens, and I know they don't run away from home. That's why I know that, because the Mexicans had them. You ain't see no black people in the hood with no goddamn You know how many black people you ruin they day and they life by hearing that damn rooster in your goddamn backyard? I remember my dad used to be flipping pillows. I remember that as a kid. And then I remember him getting up saying, man, I can't even get no sleep on my off day. On the dead homies, I remember my dad saying that. He was mad. And then I remember when Mexicans first started coming to LA. Early 90s. And them immigrants ain't been here long. Early 90s. You know why? Because I remember seeing a documentary of the Grave Streets having a altercation, and they went on this camera because this Mexican lady said that ever since she moved into the Jordan Downs, they've been tripping on her and they've been robbing her, and somebody tried to do something to her at the Metro Link and all that. This was early 90s. This Mexican lady said that about these black people. They don't want us here, blah, 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 blah. Right? Next thing you know, the Black Grave Streets came out there like, yeah, cuz, nigga, we get our house broken into. Ooh, it ain't just her. It's the crack epidemic. That's what he said. It's the crack epidemic. He said, man, these people don't be going to sleep. They be waiting till some of us, hey, man, and then she mad that people don't want to tell who went up in the thing. Hey, she just got to know where she at. People don't like to do no telling. That don't mean we had something to do with it. Which you make sense, but you kind of bullshitting. Because your neighbor is gonna ask, squares don't go. Look, we had 103rd talking about 103rd. That's crazy. You got 103 people in here. We talking about 103rd. But look, them people in there, the police can't save you. But what they did do by calling the police on us is made us start double watching the Mexicans now. Yep. At first, y'all wasn't on our radar. Y'all made the police come to the hood. Y'all made niggas go to jail. And when the community sees that, they don't care what the police talking about. They don't care. It's street justice before anything. Just like I said, y'all wouldn't have had a Cesar Chavez if it wasn't for Martin Luther King. He wouldn't have had the idea to have it was Martin Luther King, I had a dream, that got the Mexicans to think they had that's where they got all their lawyers from. That's where they got they like the NAACP type. They got all that. They got all that mimicking black people. I don't care what you talking about. I went to college for that. Latino politics, that's an elective. In college, Latino politics is an elective. And when you go there to a Latino politics, they ain't talking about no Mexican stuff. They talking about how black people and how they introduce new ways to protest nonviolent in the ways of Cesar Chavez that he took on the road. The same, he just took he said he really took the notebook from Martin Luther King and fought for them farmers' rights and stuff like that. But he said they never would have had those ideas of getting their own Hispanic lawyers with their own banks and stuff. That was Martin Luther King. That's black, black, black. That's why he said, I know every year I get a lot of people in this class thinking they just gonna blow through this class and it's a lot of Hispanics and this and that. And he said, I know a lot of y'all could tell I'm mixed with black and Hispanic. I'm black and Mexican. Yes, I am. Wooty wooty woo. But I'm sorry, Hispanics in here, just like I speak fluently Spanish just like you. This is what he told me in college. He told the whole class. He said, even though I speak Spanish fluently just like you, he said, we got our culture from the blacks. Man, you heard all type of tires bust up in there. Yep. They thought they would just go have an easy little speak a Spanish class, you know, just talk about some Mexican stuff that they probably thought they already knew. And the class was not that. He even told them, he said, it's really going to be easier for them because they know about Martin Luther King. Or he said we should because we getting younger and younger. And that was when I was like 25. So, shoot, younger and younger. And he was telling us we didn't know nothing then, what they know now. And I thought he was talking bad to us. Boy, listen, if you see the way these people crash out, you would literally say crashing out ain't crashing out. Because what these people do to crash out, that's extreme. I don't even see how they woke up in the morning, brushed their teeth, and got on what they got on. Because you are burnt out, my brother. Whatever you own, you burnt out. The way these young niggas crash. He need to crash when a girl talking to somebody. Man, I ain't never been that type. Man, if you're gone, you're gone. Good looking. You're saving a nigga some money. That's how I looked at it. Like, shoot, man, I ain't what? Bye. Bye. Get my money. Cause like I said, when it all started, it was in the 90s. And the Watts Grave Streets was the first one to get on camera, and that Mexican lady straight up said, yeah, you know, they've been doing something to my daughter ever since we moved out here. It was the early 90s when the Mexicans came, and my dad used to have a problem. You know what my dad said? Hey, this is YouTube purposes only. I don't mean nothing by this, and I ain't biased about it. But my dad said, man, they came in just like some roaches. First, this is exactly what he said, dead homies. He said, they came in like roaches. At first, it was a couple sprinkle of them, and then he said within 2-3 years, man, they was all through the hood. I was like, damn, like that, Dad? He was like, man, the same way. It was a sprinkle of them. Then, bam, they just all here. They was hitting that wall in the 90s. You say, Neptune, how you know that? Well, in the 90s, if I'm born in 94, I was 10. All I could do is tell you, my dad was aware. I wasn't aware of what was going on beside me because I was just worried about Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. And playing basketball with the homies before we had to watch out for people riding down the street trying to blick us. For no reason. But you know what no reason was? Just like King Peel, dumbass, said on Cam Capone, that his dad robbed the Mexican mafia, and that's why they was getting black people with white t-shirts on Sundays. I was the age to where they started getting black people around it was like 2000, 2001, 2002. The Mexican mafia was blowing people down all the way to Inglewood, and that shit happened way over there in the Florences, in the East Coast. That's East LA, and them Mexicans was popping shit with white t-shirts on Sundays. On Sundays. King Peel didn't finish the story. He from Pomona. I'm from LA. That shit was every Sunday they was popping. It wasn't just no every day of the week. On Sundays, They knew everybody. And then back in them days, Sundays when everybody used to have their hood meetings. When I was growing up, every Sunday you could catch whoever hood having a hood meeting. Sunday was church day for hoods. I ain't seen a hood meeting in decades. My hood meetings used to be mandatory every Sunday. If you didn't come, I don't care how you had to be a certain age not to be there. Or you had some explaining to do, or you show called, like it was like a job. The homies we was clicked up. And then, like I said, once we start warring with the Inglewood families, that's when everybody started going to jail. Cause you couldn't do nothing. It was just like, they know where I live, I know where they live. I know they hood. They know my hood. We just gonna be driving around until we crash, and that's what was going on. People were just driving around till they crashed. We all knew it was a day. It wasn't inevitable, especially if you call yourself outside. But we wasn't like King Pill. Want to join the gang? Got to grab a purse, get a nigga wet, go give him slurp. Like, come on, man. King Pill he just went off on the edge. You should have known when a man gets on no jumper with no t-shirt on, looking like a newborn baby with the puffy arms and the puffy face and shit like gaga. You know what I mean? Everybody get out of jail, they look like brand new babies. They all puffy. You know how them babies be having them puffy wrists and them puffy arms with the dimples and the elbows and all that? Yeah, that's what that nigga had. Came over there looking 12 months pregnant. Then he had the red rag around his neck with no shoes and socks on. And y'all took the nigga serious later on. After he pulled some buffoonery like that, and then some months later, he make us want to join the gang, got to slide first. Now y'all took his gangster, y'all made him gangster again. I knew the first time I see him, I said, this nigga's a coon. Pardon my words, but you know what I mean? YouTube friendly, you know what I mean? This is all jokes, all that. But yeah, discretion is advised. Disclaimer is up. But yeah, bro. And then he only did that because he just saw Brick Baby do it with 607 Unc. Then we found out 607 Unc paid Brick Baby $5,000 to rub the baby all over his body. He said, "Give me a viral moment, and I'll give you $5,000." The best thing Brick Baby could come up with was rub baby all over his body. And he was looking zestified because that's when Brick Baby was allegedly on the Yerkianas. Man, he was on them yerks. Him and Lush was off yerks. Good morning. Same old faces popping out again. Getting back to my usual numbers and stuff like that. I guess my usual numbers right now is from the hundreds to the 200s when I do lives. Like I said, I remember days I didn't even have but 5 people. And I used to have a 5 dedicated doing this. And they was like, you gonna go up? You gonna go up, man? Yeah, for shit show. For shit show. And it ain't gonna never, my platform, as it get bigger, y'all gonna see it. I bet you it won't be no jumpers. I bet you Brick Baby be wanting to get on my podcast when he get out when he's 70-something years old. But God bless them, man. But Loose Cannon, back to your panty draws. Loose Cannon trying to run the narrative. Him and Big U is sellies now. Eugene Henley, Big U, big draws. And he got somebody vouching for him too. Oh yes. My people. Like I said, it wasn't nothing on YouTube last night. Couldn't even post nothing. Nah, Brick didn't get his time yet. Hey, this what I would say. I lived in, look, bro, you say you from Texas? Tell the chat if I'm lying. I lived on 1300 Willcrest Drive in some townhouse, look like apartments. 1300 Willcrest Drive, Northwest Houston, Texas. I used to live across the street. It wasn't Food Deep. It wasn't Food for Less. It was called Food Town. I used to live right across the street from there, Northwest Houston, Texas. And the Mexicans was not acting like Mexicans. They was acting like, yo, folks. They mess with you. They talk with you. They do business with you. It ain't no, you don't feel no sereno, nothing. It's not like LA, bruh. at all. I'm talking about they kids grow up with your kids. But in LA, we start parting ways in middle school because they want to be gang members in LA. Out there, man, that's they boys to the day they die. And they ain't never had no smoke with none of them. That's how Texas is. They ain't got no smoke with no they call them Migos. They don't got no smoke with Migos. They even call them that out here in Georgia. They treat them like brothers. But like I said too, down south, white people, if they racist, they just racist. But the regular ones, they don't care about your dreads. They don't look at you stupid. They just be like, hey, what's up, T? What's up, Neptune? They don't care about that. It ain't no south side backing behind them out here down south. And you wonder why? It was too many blacks down south. The blacks moved to California. Remember that. The big migration, Ford, Chevy dealerships was moving to Cali. Everybody was coming from Detroit, Michigan, Oklahoma, Texas, the big migration of the black people. Yeah, and then that's when we start wearing the Zook suits. You know what I mean? Because we start opening up our own bars and had our own communities and stuff like that. Yeah, we went down there to make an area. But down south, that's where slaves was. They was breeding black people. Hey, can't no Mexican take over down south where they was breeding black people? You see how smart Mexicans is? And I mean the south side ones, the Mexican mafia. You see how smart they was? These are the slaves of the big guys. You know, if they was breeding us, that means if you was Shaq, they was having Shaq go to different plantations and get up on girls to get them pregnant. Just like people be trying to breed dogs, try to get the biggest dog to breed with their girl dog. They was doing the same shit. So if you breeding Kimbo slices to an average Mexican, nigga, please. You know some of them big old African giants, they was known to beat up at least 12 slave catchers, barehanded. And you be like, oh no, that's unbelievable. Neptune, ain't no African slave beat up no 12 people. Get scared for your life and be as big as Shaq and see how many Jericho's walls start falling down. We put some church in it. Remix. Watch how many Jericho's walls start falling down. Big old Shaq. Big old Shaq nigga. Imagine him. With some tore up bean pants, a bean bag pants. You better think about it. We talking about slaves. That nigga had 2 holes in the bottom of the bean bag. And they told him them was trousers. And then some black lady was like, oh, they did you bad, boy. So they had another slave to stitch him up to make that bean bag tighter on his body to make him fit it. Facts. They wasn't giving him clothes. They was all reusable items. Hay, beans, wheat, all that stuff used to come in those bags. Mesh type bags. Come on, man. I know it's 2026. I know I got the dreads. Do I really got to take you back? Them people was whooping 12 people's feet at one time. You think them old Mexican people in Mexico didn't know how huge, and from the stories before the white man, of how the black man was coming over there beating stuff up to where they let him be the king of the land? You wonder why they made stone faces out of him. Just so when he departed, he'd be there forever. Forever and ever and ever. You know what the white dude did? Came over there, started knocking off noses. Why? Because the nose did not look like the new person that's taking over world order. He didn't look like Donald Trump. Just imagine a gang of white folks coming up with all these different civilizations, and their nose is as pointy as Donald Trump and Freddy Krueger. Yes. It was, like the Chinese people say, big black guy. He very big. You Americans are so huge. You Americans are so funny. Yeah. And then Asians, how little they is to a big black man. The biggest Asians they got, what is? Sumo wrestlers. The big dudes we got is Shay Club Shay Shay, Shaq, Charles Barkley, Dwight Howard. Now we ain't getting to the transmission stuff with Dwight Howard. We just talking about, big square body. We ain't talking about what they in between the sheets. No Ronald Isley here. We ain't talking about what they do in the shower room. We talking about just big black guys. And just had them tussle with one of them sumo wrestlers. Man, that sumo wrestler finna be out of air in 3.5 seconds. All they can do is do that Bosco move and push and pull and, tussle. Pulling that Bosco shit. Bosco. You should have known Rich Trapper was talking about American phase. He wasn't talking about sumo wrestling, gang. How I'm stopping the capping? I went to college for this, bruh. Like, capping, you capping. If you telling me I'm capping and you ain't been to college, shut your mark ass up. They get it confused. Oh yeah, you got your hair like that. Oh, you be talking about gang banging. I went to school too. I had time for that too. So what else you want to talk about? Move around. Yeah, I'm always yapping. I gotta be yapping when I'm talking about people going back to where they came from. I would be mad too if I was telling people go back to where they came from. You sure would be telling us to. Y'all would be glad to tell us to go back. Hey, I know why you call it girly hair, because it's longer than your mama's. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at that. You mad. The first thing you do is get on my live and tell me about my hair. It must be right, huh? You ain't say nothing to Julio Fulio. Kid, tell me about myself. You ain't say nothing to Kodak Black. Zanny! He can start geeking on the stage with nappy hair. Y'all ain't gonna tell him he got a nappy hair. Y'all didn't even tell T.I. he had a bald spot. Yeah, y'all didn't even tell T.I. he can't even wear dreads. He got a bald spot. How you gonna tell me something? T.I. looked like the wishing well at the Apollo. Everybody done rubbed on. And it's all hollow at the top. It looked like somebody been polishing his top of his top the whole time. Like he had an invisible man just polishing that area. Boy, that motherfucking bald spot so shiny. That shit got so much pink luster moisturized lotion up in that bitch. Come on, man. Carlos off of 89, and what's that 38, what's that show with Carlos and the other dude off of Wildin' Out. Carlos, I keep wanting to say Carlos Boozer, but his name ain't Carlos, but I know his name Carlos. He got the braids with the little missing part. This how much Carlos got missing in the back of his head. This whole wick right here. Yeah, 85 South. Come on, brother. What's up with this bald head and the bald spot and trying to keep your hair? But if social media tell you it's cool, everybody will do it. Goofy. About as goofy as everybody still believe it. Loose Cannon, straight out of jail. I can't even believe Loose Cannon still get views. I can't even believe somebody even messed with Loose Cannon to take his call, unless it was clout. Clout addiction, people be over there like this. I got these cheeseburgers. Just like Munchie B did. When he tried to tell the world and act like he wasn't going to No Jumper, that nigga know deep down in his soul he was going back. Stop, Munchie. You need the money. SSI ain't enough. And you still ain't disclosed how much you get paid for being from IF. Grid program. And then you got Flacco telling your whole business, talking about the grid program get $42 million for grid program workers. So if they getting all this money for grid program, wouldn't a second job go hand in hand with no jumper? They giving out the hood information. Munchie didn't talk so much shit to them grid program officers. Man, they'll laugh at Munchie for losing that job. Like, how did you lose your job, man? You were getting paid two ways at the same time. Yep. Munchie get paid to be on no jumper, give information, and get paid from the grid program because he could submit that upload of no jumper and get paid. He keeping the peace, right? He's talking about it. He's debating. Even if it do seem that he leaning towards, he's still doing his job, even if it's half-assed. Y'all gotta start thinking. But this is Say Less Moments TV, you know? That's why I do a lot of thinking for y'all. That's why I was like, nah. If I knew no jumper, like if I knew the internet and I knew how no jumper was, I never would even consider to go there. And then to certify it, since I've been watching YouTube like majorly, ever since I start being a podcaster, bro, the feds have picked up niggas there from cases. If I know people go there and catch cases, why would I volunteer? Yeah, me too. And even DM him and beg him to get there. Good morning, good morning. Hit that like button coming in. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Tap that notification bell. You never know what I could be talking about at the border. But I do show up like Steve Harvey. Even if I want to or not. I ain't gonna lie. I was just like, man, you know, I ain't gonna go live, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and just go live when I'm messing around in the backyard. And then I was like, nah, it's too many people just know I'm finna get up, though. Just like y'all. Y'all don't want to get up and go to work. I don't want to get up and just push the button and go live. And then when I say hit a Cash App, $ PBF 400, you say, oh, why you begging for money? Then why you go to work? You beg for an application. You downloaded all type of apps. And then you downloaded another app to make sure your paycheck go to some kind of direct deposit. You mad at me because I'm at work and nobody want to pay. They just want to. That's like coming in there, comedy club, and you just sit there and watch the show. If that was the case, that thing be packed out every day if it was free. This shit madness. It's like if you ask, you wrong. But if nobody go out their way and do it, you wrong. So I gotta say something. Closed mouth don't get fed, correct? You got King AK and spend a whole 2 hours begging for money from the beginning to the end. I guess I am mad, huh? I ain't gonna lie. If I'm mad as hell, you mad as hell for watching me. Cause you know it's a whole lot of other lives going on right now. They got Zesty Nation. They probably got some fake gambling going on. Like it's a whole lot of YouTubes you could go on their lives. You do not gotta be here, Brodusky. The blood. What you think about Hefe News reporting on the Bloods using the C word? I don't know what the C word is. Oh, you man. If you think hearing somebody diss was using the C word, man, they say it every day in the hood. We used to say that. We used to be dissing hoods every day. We used to be dissing Trays. We used to be dissing C's. Man, what? We used to call 7-Eleven, Bevan-11. We used to call Carl's Jr., I was finna say Balls Jr., just like regular. We call Carl's Jr. Balls Jr. We don't say Manchester, we say Manbester. You say Brenshaw, Ben saying Brenshaw. I ain't never said it with a C unless I was a kid. When I moved to Inglewood, even grandmas that wasn't even banging. You're like, over there on Brenshaw, do you know the old ladies? We didn't know it was country slang to talk like this. But I used to be like, damn, man, your granny bang? Because she used to come out, hey, what's up, young bloods? What's going on, blood? They mamas, grannies used to greet us saying blood. And we, as a kid, I used to be like, mind you, before the banging. I'm talking about going over, Can Paul play? Can Corey play? Knocking on the door with the baseball, the basketball, football, red light, green light, tag, you a bitch. Can he come outside? Hold on, T. Terrell, is that Terrell? Yeah. What's up, blood? Where your mama at? Where your daddy at? He at work all the time, huh? Yeah, you got a good old daddy. He got that new car too, huh? Yeah. You all right, young blood? You need something to eat? No. In that voice. In that voice. Balls was not dropped when that was going on. That's why I said, Bosco, where you come from? Because we the kids that's like the little rascals. We lived all around the hood, and we was all different little rascal characters. And I was just the one to where when my mom said I was old enough to get off the block, I used to wake up before she was up. So she couldn't even tell me no. I'm already out on the street on a bike. I done fed the dog, I done took out the trash, and I made my bed. Especially summertime, gone. I ain't gonna even ask. I'm just gone. Before she wake up and even say, you better not say no church, boy. I'm gonna be so depressed I didn't get out that door. As soon as my mom said the word ch, I was like, oh man. Most people duck when they hear the ch. When I heard the ch, I was like, oh man. Church again? Damn. We went 3 times this week already. Always trying to hop at somebody damn revival. Revival this, revival that, revive. And you know what they was doing? Asking for money. Asking for donations. They start with the children's program. They start with the youth program, the pastor's aid, the usher board, the ministers in training. Yeah. And now the pastor, he can save his voice now. They got slideshows. Man, you seen Drewski on the mega churches. Man, they coming down on the Spider-Man way with the smoke and everything. Stepping in the name of red bottom blood of Jesus. You heard what I said? The red bottom blood of Jesus. Boy, listen. The building fund, yep. The church fund, yeah, you know it. And then all these funds, pastor got a Maserati, daughter 18 years old and moved up from a little Lexus to the new Wrangler white truck on the big wheels to match her dad white Maserati. Maybe I'm saying too much, huh? I might be talking about somebody in their church. Man, every time he step out that Maserati, man, his Stacey Adams ain't even got no scratches at the bottom. Do you though? I see the pastor tell the church, hey, brothers, I'm going to be giving away a gang of my clothes, man, so anybody that close to fitted boot, this, and that. This nigga really emptied his fall season to get room for the winter season. This nigga emptied his closet from all the church money and all the clothes and shoes he had, and God must have laid it on his heart to lay it out on the table and watch the poor people eat. Ain't that a cold pip? He get the money out of you. Y'all all pay him, and then with the money y'all give him, he pay y'all back and made y'all the peasants. Hell no, I ain't going to that church. That man, look, bruh. God bless him. Couldn't be me. I'm talking about, man, it was about 2019. This nigga had a FUBU jersey on the table. Who the hell owned a FUBU jersey in 2019? 2019? That shit came out in 2002. But you blessing the church, huh? Yeah, I feel you. I'm somebody, you would have tapped that like button, tap that subscribe button. That's who I am. You wouldn't be in here if you didn't see all the numbers. If you didn't see these numbers of people in here, you wouldn't even been here. So why you just come in and ask? Look, this is what we do on this podcast. When you come in asking goofy questions, we call it pay that man. This is a whole different church here. It's called pay that man. $ PBF 400. Let me say it again for the slow listeners. $ PBF 400. You from Inglewood Crips? Yeah, you sound like Ann Hefe. You just made yourself plural, like you in third person, like it's three of y'all. I'm from Inglewood Crips. Shut your ass up. It might be Ed Hefe about live. Can't even get his shit right when he talking shit. Social media, and when I conclude, and can't forget hot topics like Wendy Williams. Today I got hot topics. Who you get that from? Wendy Williams? How you doing? Go ahead and do it, Aunt Hefe. I ain't never heard a grown man say, yeah, next on the agenda is hot topics. Nigga, you stole that from Wendy Williams. So just go ahead and say, how you doing, nigga? You think I could get on No Jumper and sit across from these people like I'm the teacher and they the students and roast every one of them in a row for the wrongs they did on YouTube? First roast, all y'all No Jumper and internet rejects. Munchie B, we'll start to the left because I don't want to go to the right yet. You the easy work, so I'll hit you with the left. Nigga, you got peanut butter in your jaw. Shut up, nigga. Don't even say nothing, nigga. That's a fact. Get out of here. If you say anything else but yes, I plead the fifth, you gotta go. Because you're lying. Yeah, I'm not finna go. If you come out lying, bro, go. Just like he did Jalik. I don't even want to talk. Just like he did Jalik. I don't even want to talk. Bro, if you standing on business, and especially when you say you're the mayor, and you get out your funky lips and say, but where you hear that from? Hear it from, nigga, it happened to you. Leave the classroom. Leave the classroom right now. Go straight to detention. You need to go to jail or something and put yourself in. Tell your officer homeboys to put you on a paid vacation in the county jail. But we already gonna know it's a vacation because you're going over there where the disability niggas be. So it's cool as a fan over there. The most you might get into it with is a OG 60 that's 67 years old that's still talking ish in a wheelchair. That's first. Lush, did you see Lush live last night? And when he got up close to that mirror, that camera, he had black all under his eye. He looked like he was an Addams Family character. And then he started crying. Lush live last night. He talking about his homeboy that's close to him, went to the hospital. Then he went from that. This how you know he was off some ish. He went from that. He started crying. The chat started showing him sympathy. Then he flexed up, wiped his tears. That's how you can see he looked just like Uncle Fester. He had the black all up. He looked straight out of. He looked like he just got out the grave. Then he wiped his tears off, start going off on the chat like, man, fuck you, motherfucker. Don't nobody love me and this and that. So he started ranting and raving, right? Guess who come out the back room to try to calm him down? Oh baby, his girl. His girl come out the side. And you could tell he lived downtown LA. Oh, that's a fact. You want to know how I know? Because I'm from LA. His apartment in downtown LA, what I've seen to know, it'd be in several people's houses, not just black. They have 2 windows that be facing a street. Just like you go down Western. And you'll see some apartments where they house or apartments is facing the main road. But it'd be 2 windows in one room. It's like an old style, a way of building a home for LA. But everything's spacious. Everything that was original LA built, like when you get them downtown LA spots, you get a downtown LA apartment. So it'd be spacious. For sure, downtown gangster. But look, Where do Lush tell y'all he be all the time? MacArthur Park. Who the hell would even mention MacArthur Park but bummery? You got to be a bum. I don't know nobody name up in there, never did. I know we used to slide over there, me and Mike from Grape Street. We used to go over there and hustle down there. But other than that, rest in peace, Mike. But yeah, man. I didn't know nobody name. I knew faces. I knew what they like to do, but I didn't know them guys. And then, like I said, like even with me going down there right now, they think I'm already rich. Like if I just walk down there, people will walk up to me, even if my mama with me, and they probably doing some Crip Mac, evangelizing, giving out pizzas. Somebody's gonna walk up to me and ask for something weird. My mom gonna be like, "You know these people?" That's why I don't go downtown LA. Let me go down there barefaced. They gonna think I'm on one. Probably hear niggas yelling down the I was finna say the tier, yelling down the street. Oh, Neptune back! And they're gonna flock me like some pigeons. And I'm gonna be like, no, I haven't done that for a very long time, brother. Hell yeah. Some years, like with a stamp on it in the back of it. I ain't been down there doing that weird stuff. Man, them people be telling. Them people be they be poking, trying to RIP you. They be shooting. Yep. All the bullies that was in prison, when they get out and go to them little programs, like what's one of them? Hawaiian Garden, wine garden, something like that, where people be getting that little program to get out, but you gotta stay in there like it's like a sober living place. They'll get them jobs as security, like when you big built, they'll give you security jobs at like the little Green Apple little stores around there. Why them dudes be the ones getting popped? Cold setup. Cold setup. Yeah, for real, huh? What state you from? I'm from California. Hey, blood, you got some? Yeah. If you could just shoot it, $ PBF 400, you could just go ahead and write it to me. Yes, sir. Hawaiian Gardens? What you mean Hawaiian Gardens? Hawaiian Gardens from LA? Sheesh, that's Mexico. That's like saying you living in Wilmington or San Pedro. For real, for real. Hawaiian Gardens, that's like saying you live in Pomona with the El Monte Flores. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, Ice is blicking stuff down. So like I said, how we got sidetracked, I don't know. But Ice is they knocking people down, man. And out of all these tough game members, Southsiders, I ain't seen nobody wild out. People be wilding out for their girl. People be wilding out for the bank. People be wilding out for their family. I done seen high-speed chases for the kids. Yeah, I started in California. When Trump started sending ICE out, California was first. Y'all don't remember the riots and the standoffs when ICE was first put on the scene? He came to downtown LA. I know y'all watch YouTube and all that. I know y'all ain't forgot it started in LA. Why? Because he knew for sure Mexico was funneling people there through the flower district, the food district, all that. If you go downtown LA, it's a whole Mexican zone. Ain't no black families over there selling fresh flowers. Ain't no black families over there selling any kind of chicken. You know what the black families is doing over there? Barely making it, fresh out of jail ass mother lovers that got a job and holding it dearly to their life, protecting it with their life, because that's all they got. So then, you know all them remodels of housing and stuff down there, you know that's for the people that got out of jail, that's trying to get their family back, their kids back. if you giving job programs for people fresh out, you know they're gonna have a program that's gonna be all these people working to get their kids to where they can monitor you. You know all these new buildings got cameras and all that stuff on every floor, correct? So not only do it mess up your job, it's gonna mess up your kids. They make sure you gonna have to build in front of their eyes. They still watching you. You wonder why your dollar bill got that eye on the back of the pyramid. They excuse me, why are you buying this? And how many do you have? Who did you get these from? Well, if you go try to buy anything when you got 10,000 of these and you haven't explained yourself, you know we're watching. So make sure when you get that car, you drop $9,999. Because if it's say $10,000, you put that extra dollar with that eyeball on the pyramid, if that other dollar gets smacked on there, we're watching you. Uh-huh. Didn't know nobody could sell it to you. So sweet, huh? That's why you got pastors in mega churches. They be making people believe because they got the power of the tongue, the words. That's why I know I'm going to blow up. Keep doing this. Show that you ain't got to link up. You know, like all them rappers be talking about, I'm private. I'm a private rapper. Uh, I'm a ain't nobody endorsed me. I did everything on my own. Like what, Dolph? And everybody was mad that Dolph was doing everything on his own, buying up everything. He owned himself. Imagine that podcast. Cause it don't matter if you messing with Cameron with the fleet. You know that's a corporation that put that together. He didn't run it from the ground up by himself. But what he is good at is getting behind the microphone, getting in front of the camera, doing his 1-2. You tell him to learn how to edit, upload, snip, cut, go find, do research. He ain't finna do that. Yep. But look, the funny thing about it is too, I know YouTube was mad when I had that 17K views in my live and it was green. I didn't get no yellow. I didn't get nothing. No parental age restriction, nothing. You know why? Because when that AI runs your lives or whatever video, either you say disclaimer or you show it. And you say, hey, all this stuff, even if you was talking violent, you still say, this YouTube purposes only, this is all entertainment. Have y'all noticed B Bray's been watching me? Tell me about myself. Y'all know B Bray's been watching me, right? Haven't y'all been hearing me in my live say, yeah, as long as you say parental advisory or, shoot the disclaimer or, this could be fiction, this YouTube. Haven't you heard B Braze use my line in his last couple of videos? Yeah, it's a disclaimer. This YouTube purposes only, man. It's all fun and games, man. A nigga ain't on that. Don't mean no violence to nobody. That's your disclaimer. You see how he using the right words by watching Old Neptune? I don't gotta know you watch me. I know you do. But just like everybody else, you thinking everybody here for the clout. Just like Whack 100. Everybody he brought up for the clout, once they get a certain level, they backstab him. So I know all y'all niggas scared. Hey, I ain't never been backstabbed because I ain't never left the back door open. It's all me. So, you got t-shirts, I draw. But I could do it myself. So, you know what I mean? All me. Like, you got to come stronger than me. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'm the type, like I said, Cameron, yeah, he know how to get behind the thing. He know how to use the celebrity, but he don't know how to edit. He don't know how to upload on a computer, a laptop, or, your phone. He don't know how to upload, edit, and cut and still post a video without no help of the team. That's when you worth a whole lot more. You make your beats and you rap and you own your label and you started it from the ground up, can't tell me nothing. You know how many people mad at me? You know who got in my DM yesterday? Brother Assalamu Alaikum, that be with 600, dead homies. Brother Abdul, he was mad about my commentary on 600 and Cowboy next fight. That nigga hit me up in a DM and said, that's not true. Very professional words, OG. Very professional words. That's the nicest way to get on somebody like, yeah, I'm watching you and your numbers. Because they watch and know what you get paid. Because they getting pennies. And you know what he said last night on the video too? Because I just be skimming through his shit. He be too boring for me. He said, yeah, man, I'm not really. And this is a day after he already got in my DM. So he probably knew I was going to roast him anyway. But this is Brother Abdul, Eddie Boy, that be with 600. Yeah, he got in my DM and said, that's not true about the fight with him, with 600 and Cowboy. That's all he said. That's not true. But what let me know is you came back on a live and you said, yeah, man, you know, some of these dudes, they don't got no jobs, they don't got no car, they don't got no home. So I was like, oh, yeah, he ain't talking about me. And then he said, and some of these dudes, you know, they just make this YouTube, they living. And, you know, I'm going to say it like this, man, everybody got their own podcast. They can say whatever they want to say. It's all social media. I don't really make too much off of this. I just be getting on here. It sound like a nigga that don't get too much. On the dead homies, nigga, I'll tell the whole world. I ain't gonna tell the amount, but what they paid me on my first check for YouTube, I was disappointed. But then when the homie went with me, he said, you're disappointed? Bro, you got hundreds for your first check and you're mad? He said, bro, if you post what you got for your first check for YouTube, you already shitted on most of your competition that's on YouTube that been trying. I swear to God, I was disappointed. Why? Because I ain't a rich nigga, but I ain't a bitch nigga. And I get dough. So some Hyundais, I'm a little different, y'all. Little different way of living sometimes, you feel me? That's why I said, how can the bust downs be fake? When I'm mad, I'm picking up hundreds for my first check. But this is another thing YouTube did to me, since this is my first check in a whole 11 months. Mind you, I took off 2 months. Straight. Had to get my shit together. Bruh, they paid me. So I got the money. MoneyGram. Nobody ever told y'all it's different ways to get paid on YouTube. I get MoneyGram. I already told y'all why I get MoneyGram. We not finna go through that. You didn't see yesterday's live? Shame on you. 17,000 views, one of them views. You just gotta watch the whole thing. I don't know. I just be doing content, blood. So I go, and yeah, it went straight to what I say, MoneyGram, because I kept saying Western Union, because I ain't never used no MoneyGram in my life. You get that? When I tell my boy and show him, like when they went to the cash register at Walmart, they told my boy to back up. Dead homies. I knew I couldn't record. They told my boy to back up when the black lady got them Hyundais out. You know what I mean? She was acting like we was there to rob. And maybe because I had a ski mask on, I had my red and blue, my red sleeves yesterday that I had with the blue, with the hoodie and all that. But I had a red ski mask and I had a red beanie. I had a match. And then I had some of these on. As they close by, I had to put these on. Since I had all that red on, you know what I mean? I had to put some of these on, you feel me? You could tell I don't walk much, gang, but I had to put these on, you feel me? You figure they'll me, you see I don't walk much? Tell me about myself, right? So anyway, yeah, she thinking he finna rob and all that, right? So she telling her to back up. So we tripping. He tripping off the lady telling him to back up. I'm tripping off the price of the what YouTube gave me. And they gave me some Hyundais, bruh. And I'm talking about Boy and Hefe, ODM Slim, Nina Boy, Compton Rick Rock, I swear to God, on Blood Crip, Hoover, Power Root, nigga, GDBD Vice Lord, nigga, y'all didn't get no first check like me. Boy, I done talked to some people that's YouTubers, and they was like, nigga, what? I was like, yeah. But they was like, but yeah, you didn't get it for like a whole year, but it's still legally your first check. I said, yeah, it's my first check. They was like, so no matter, it was like, and they said, it's even more embarrassing and shitty on a nigga that I've been on here almost a year and I was doing content. How many people got on here for the love of money? Gotta make that money, man. Money, man. Money, man. Gotta make that money, man. For the love of money. I'm gonna give everybody. I'm gonna miss everybody. Yeah. These people was over here body oiling up for $250. Bro, you know my check was way more than $250. Munchie, can't see. If you seen my first check, you would say, oh, I believe, I believe. Like Lazarus make the blind see. His eye, he gonna hit that Stevie Wonder, push them glasses up. On Family's Blood. That's boo. He gonna say, that's boo. Yeah. On the Dead Homies. And I was mad. You know what I did? I looked at my YouTube. Went to the YouTube studio. Do you know it was already $300 and something on there from the day they paid me? So I guess they supposed to pay me this and some more next month. So y'all just getting back as y'all will on the Dead Homies. When I got that money on and I went back to YouTube still, yes, it was 300 and change in the 60 somethings. The next day. I knew I had a big check coming. They knew that too. This one thing about YouTube too. You know, I got an email that said, hey, your identity is not verified. The address doesn't match your new address, or your address doesn't match the address on your ID, as if I'm frauding. Don't it say my name? Don't it say my birthday? Don't it say my height? Ain't it a real California ID? So now y'all playing the Exacto games? I gotta log in and put my address on my ID, but not the address where y'all sent the AdSense code for me to get paid. So you paid me, and it was legit then, but now you know you gonna have to. All right, for sure. That's why I said say less moments. I be popping it, I be doing other stuff, but I still do that big homie-ish. I'ma put you on the right way. What y'all robbing people for? You going to jail. Yep. And see now, I'm getting a whole lot of now that I'm getting views, all these bings on the other phone is telling me this song, this video can't be monetized. This video can't be monetized. You know why? They trying to say my outro song is a copyright. Out of all these videos I've been doing, I'm talking about over 30 with the ending song. Now YouTube is saying copyright. So I go into YouTube Studio. I can edit it out and then it'll get me paid. But I got about like 6 of them right now. Dead Homies. And as soon as I do that, it's like YouTube always make you do your homework to get paid. Don't just think, oh, you in auto mode, or it's gonna be like this. Best believe you gonna get paid, and then they gonna switch something up, and your phone gonna have to update to what YouTube update to be able to get on there. Yeah. I'm telling you, YouTube didn't change. Since I've been on YouTuber, YouTube didn't change like 3 different settings to where you still look the same, but they do different things. I don't know how to explain it, man. It's like the new Windows. It could be 2025 and then 2026 new Windows, little software is gonna be a little bit different. It look the same, but a little bit different. What's the deal? What's the deal? That's what I try to tell everybody, man. Neptune ain't just on no look, man. I got ops that's my age. If you ain't my age, you ain't my op, and I ain't looking for you. And you know you my op because I know you some type of way. So other than that, if I don't know you and I can look at you and tell you, I don't know, I might, and I'm very good with the faces. Very good. I'll be like, just like when I seen Turtle and he was on here saying Spody face, man, I called the homies like, hey, and this is a real conversation. I said, hey, you see this dude from 40s on here say his name is Spody Face? I said, I know that dude, but I don't know him as no Spody Face. The homie was like, wait, hold on, whoa, whoa, whoa. So he Googled it, whoop. He was like, oh, yeah, that's Turtle. That's Turtle from 40s. I was like, yeah, I squabbled Turtle in Uniz in Sillmore. It was him, Tank, and Donut. Tank was the big old tall dude. Woo, you know the story. Yeah. He gave me my shower roll and he was acting like he was gonna take my zest, like the body wash. He was acting like I was like 14, 15. This nigga is big old tall nigga. And I was only in there probably like 2-3 weeks. No. Maybe like, that was 3 months. I had to do 3 months because that was part of a alleged 211. But it ain't alleged because I did my time for it. I did 3 months. But yeah, I'm going up in there. So for sure, I was like 15. This nigga say, oh, yeah, you got to get down with the homie. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, man, if you want your shit, you going to have to get down with the homie. I was like, man, give me my shit, nigga. This nigga gave me my towel, and I had my shower shoes and my Zest body wash. That's when your parents could bring on Sunday. See, I had parents, mom and dad. They just wouldn't let my brothers and sisters in. It had to be mom and dad. And they come in there, and they buy me candy. They'll buy me some food, usually with some nasty-ass nachos. And I get a gang of Starburst, I get a gang of Skittles, and then I'll have my mama call somebody that I'll have one of the police that's cool that say, and it was easy because it was like, this is where everybody live, and your mom and dad is in the area where y'all eat. You know what I mean? Where y'all go to eat and shit. So, bam, mom and dad come in. They'll just buy like maybe like $10 worth of candy. Then I'll have somebody go by that's from the building because the police had little snitch niggas. They'll go to the vending machine, and then I'll just give them a bag, and all you hear, and that's when I learned how to fish because we was doing that in juvenile hall. I have a little small brown paper bag, and there'd probably be like 10, 15 motherfucking candy bars in there. And then whoever doing it be like, yeah, nigga, we on. Some people used to be bringing trees, all type of stuff. Yep, that was me. So I had family. We went over to the other side. You had to walk by the police. He was on the other side. It was him and Donut. It was Donut from 40s, and it was Turtle from 40s. It wasn't no Spody Face, and it was Tank on my side. Big ass nigga. It looked like he was 17, but he was about to like week or two be 18. And he was grown man. When we say grown man, you can look at him and be like, man, that's a grown man. Go over there. Turtle, first Donut was supposed to fight me. Donut was like, oh, I know, cuz, woo, this. I was like, hey, what's up with it, woo? Then his homeboy was like, oh, yeah, woo, then we gonna get out. And that was Turtle. That was Turtle. He can't lie. That's why when I seen him, like, he like Bosco ugly. You know what I mean? He got the nose. You know how Bosco dark as hell, but his nose is the same color as mine? Spody Face ain't far off. He from the land of the Rafikis. Y'all ain't think about that, huh? Neptune Lagoon. Better make sure you like, comment, subscribe. They from the same tribe. I'm telling you, no jumper know how to get an AI alien. Y'all better believe in Men in Black. Them little creatures be in them big bodies. Bosco fat and Spody Face kind of big. Hey, you ever look at 4 Extra like close up and see how not regular he look either? Like, look at him. Neck hella big. Chin short his chin goes short to his neck. Like, he don't got no neck like the rest of us. Check out Spody Face. Check out 4 Extra. 4 Extra face pushed in. Little Down syndrome. You feel me? You feel me? Kind of pushed in. Neck thick. You know, walk like, you know, that dude that on Men in Black that was drinking that sugar water. What's in sugar water? Yeah, it looked like they be drinking sugar water when we ain't looking, gang. Come on, man. Y'all seen the movie? Stop playing with me. Acting like I'm the only one be paying to watch these movies, man. Come on, man. If I was the only one paying, then why they keep flipping movies like that? Y'all be leaving me on my own, man. Yeah, it lag like that because I live in the damn. I told y'all I try to show y'all my land as much as I can, bruh. There is more trees in the neighborhood than it is people and animals. You dig that? And then I just found out the neighbors told me it's illegal to have bamboo in your backyard, and we got a whole section. The police can come and press me to cut down bamboo because bamboo is not allowed to be grown in Georgia. Now you see the land that we live on? Everybody was crossing through Georgia. Why? To trade people, to sell. Come on, man. I ain't gotta finish the sentence. This ain't no Aunt Hefe baby easy baby I could read show. I ain't gonna say no social media, but I'm gonna make you put your thinking cap on. But you know, it was funny to watch them talk about Bosco though. Oh, and back on Fig, y'all some tricks. I'm glad I thought about it. Okay, for sure, for sure, Australia. Hey, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Man, I be doing it up on here. I ain't no comedian though, but I got a whole lot to say though. But back to the lecture at hand. Munchie B, you was trying to be Bosco lawyer. Munchie B, you talked to Bosco before you went to No Jumper, and you already had in your head, I got you, blood. Don't trip, blood. I ain't gonna let them niggas. I ain't gonna let them niggas do you like that, blood. That's what Munchie said. Bosco, ain't no get back. Bro, the world seen him, little boy, you. The man said, anybody in this chat that's a grown man, mark a 1 for yes, a 2 for no. If you understand what this means. I'm on that. You ain't on that. Cause I'm just checking. Cause I'm on that. You ain't on you must not be on that. Cause I'm on that. Is you on that? Nah, man, let's do the interview. Cause I'm on that. So if you on that, I'm on that. Marker 1, did he get marked out? Marker 2, if Bosco held his grill. I'll wait. I ain't in no rush. I'm an Inglewood blood. What the hell is you talking about? Bosco is older than me. He's my little homie. What do you mean, blood, Inglewood unity? Inglewood families was the first bloods to pop at other Inglewood bloods. What unity do you speak of, sir? Since you speak for Munchie B, that's why they don't join my lives. What possible peace could you be talking about when we was keeping it fades, when we could have been and other hoods been got cracking like eggs on them? We kept it the fades. Every hood in Inglewood that beefed with them kept it to fades. They start popping first. So what unity do you speak of? or are you just speaking? That's why we got a Cash App. $ PBF 400. You dig? He be pushing that unity. I would too. Knowing your homeboys above you, then got it cracking like eggs. And now that it's settled, it's because these niggas got a bazillion years. That's why it got settled. What's the deal? What's the deal? This man come up in here talking about how I was saying Munchie B trying to be Bosco public pretender. And then he said, yeah, Munchie B be trying to keep the unity between the Inglewood Bloods. Man, the Inglewood families are the first ones that shot every blood in Inglewood. Ain't no Inglewood blood got cracking on nobody. The Inglewood family started it. Every last one of them. Yeah, the narrative is imperative. You got me. You one of my A1 day ones. When it used to be like 5 people up in the chat. Now it's just my lowest be like 30, 40. You know what I mean? Cause they know I tell the truth. Church is here. You don't know what I'm liable to talk about. But I know I'm gonna get paid somehow. You hit that Cash App $ PBF 400, nigga. Y'all done gave that nigga probably King AK last night with his yelling ass talking about his baby mama and his kids. Y'all probably gave him some sympathy money because he told you a cold lie on live. And then when he get off, he be laughing like a motherfucker with a bigger chain at your ass. That nigga got Zelle, Apple Pay, Venmo, Cash App, and some more shit. Bitcoin. That nigga running a mega podcast, not a mega church. And will talk bad to you if you give him a dub. If you waste his time and give him a dub to where he gotta shout you out just cause you sent something, I done seen people feel bad and give him $50 more. Hell yeah, it's Pimp Boy strong. But look, King AK first check wasn't as much as Neptune the Goon. Second, King AK didn't grow as fast in views and subscribers like Neptune. I remember watching King AK, and he part of the reason why I subscribed to YouTube. That's why I said I subscribed to YouTube about 3 years ago, because you have to get a profile even to be on the app. That's why I say 3 years. But with me being on here 11 months, that's part of the 3 years that I was subscribed. So that means 2 years before that. And King AK, he had been on here already. He was in the bathroom. I used to be laughing at King AK. King AK, when I used to watch him at first, he used to be in the bathroom, and I could tell he was living there with a girl and some kids, because it always had toothpaste on that mirror. Y'all remember that? King AK used to have white shit on the side of his mouth when he was talking and doing stuff. He was doing that. I caught him doing Lush a couple of times. That little cotton ball, and Hefe, that just be cutting them slippery, slobbery niggas' mouths. Yeah. Yeah. King AK. I seen King AK before he had no jury. He had crust. He got cornbread all in his eyes. Dead homies. Make me want to go through mine now. You know what I mean? Like, I remember seeing it. That's why I'm wiping my eyes right now. Like, I remember seeing King AK having like breadcrumbs on his mustache. And it took him a couple of years to get to, bro, I've been on 11 months. I'm over 5,000 subscribers, bruh. No strikes. I never had a strike. But it's different levels. When you 500 people strong, you can get away with saying a whole lot more than once you get to 1,000. Once you get to 1,000, they're going to be like making you take tests. That's the only thing I ever did. I took about 3 tests since I've been a YouTuber, where you got to pass them 7 questions. And I passed them every time, 3 times. One time, I got up, I was just woke. I was like, what the fuck? And it said, strong language or something, but I wasn't saying disclaimer and stuff like that like I be saying when I be getting close to saying dangerous stuff on my live. Now I get all greens. Back then some of them be red, Most of them be yellow. A lot of them was yellow. I used to be like, damn, man, what I got to do? You ain't saying disclaimer. I told myself by reading. Baby B Braves and all them niggas doing disclaimers in their live now, they didn't do it from reading. They did it from watching me. Because I know they like, damn. And they ain't going to say nothing. Because they think everybody going to clout. Like if they say, oh, shout out Neptune, I see you getting your subscribers up. They think you going to clout chase off that. Or they think they so popular. They think they too popular for you to even, have their name be shown, even talking to you. Yep. So, hey, it is what it is. That's why black people don't do good business. That's why hoods don't be linking up. Because why? Everybody worried about somebody else clouting up and leaving them somewhere. Hey, this world gonna pick who they pick, and the cards gonna lay how they lay. So everybody ain't got it. But I don't know what it is, what I got. But even my family be like, man, you crazy, man. They been told me, man, you should be on TV. I be like, what? They like, no, not like that, but you be having me rolling just talking about your family. And they be like, it's real shit. It ain't made up. It don't sound fraud, but the way your delivery is, like, bro, it's funny. Like, I can tell you say it this way because that's how you laugh this shit off. That's how you get it off your chest. I was like, yeah. They was like, but, bro, you be roasting them, but lightweight, that shit be hella funny, bro. I've been hearing that since I was a teenager. Yep. Roasting my brothers and sisters in the house. My dad be laughing. He don't laugh much because he don't like you talking about your brother and sister in the wrong way. Because he be like, if you talk about your brother and you talk about your sister, this what I have to tell all 5 of you mother lovers. Y'all got the same mom. And y'all got the same dad. So ain't no half nothing. So if you talk about him with your friends, you talking about yourself, you talking about your mama, and you talking about the rest of your brothers. And if you come home without helping your brothers and sisters, you going to get it way worse because you going to have grown men on you instead of them kids that you was supposed to handle that stuff with. On my mama, I never tried them. I never left nobody, nothing. I ain't never said, oh, I'm mad at you, you be snitching too much. I'm gonna let you get towed up by some people. Nope, never. Never even crossed my mind. Because I knew the repercussions. Once you have something little sturdy in the house, like a Pops, you can't get to playing. Let somebody come home, bust the lip, and say you was there, and you don't even look like your hair messed up. Go get the belt. You know that's coming. I'd rather get my name out in the streets than this undercover butt whooping. I'd rather get how I get win, lose, or draw in the streets than get this undercover butt whooping to where I can't sit down for 2 days. I'll take that. Oh yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, Spody Face ain't too far off of looking at Bosco. Bosco color his nose. Look at my nose. Bosco dark as hell. Bosco nose is the color of my nose. How that happen, bruh? He not from this planet. Now look at Spody Face. Look at Spody Face and how black he is. Don't him and Bosco got the same nose? Don't they look like they from the same tribe gang? Stop playing with me. They both look like MIB characters, gang. Like I said, drinking sugar water. You got any more sugar, bro? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Roach Man. You know what I'm talking about. But God bless the women that close their eyes while they get they pounding. Because it must just be the motion. Because I know them women, looking at them, shoo, that shit can't get wet. It got to get dry in the negatives. Real talk. You mean to tell me you could look at him? You could really look at him while he pounding and be like, yeah, this sexy mother lover. Stop it. Stop it. I know what they be thinking. I hope he wearing a rubber. I hope he didn't take it off. Yeah, that's what they be saying. I hope he didn't take it off. And then when it's all said and done, and they find out you did what you did, you talking about, oh man, it's been years, man. I can't get nobody pregnant. And next thing you know, Now she got the little doo-doo mama, the little doo-doo dude. Bosco had that nose way before Rosemo seen him. That thing said, that shit bend a little, you know, clown nose. Bosco knows you just walk up to him, that shit gonna say, bah, bah. Watch. Check him out. Bosco got a sponge. Like, what's that dude? What's that dude on SpongeBob? They got that big old nose. Mr. Damn. I ain't seen that since the kids. That ain't my era. But Mr. Squidworth? Yeah, Bosco got a Squidworth nose. Dead homies. Dead on too. Bosco and Spody Face got the little Pringle nose. The little short, you know, the little short daddies, the Pringle cans. They got that shit sitting right on their face, gang. Dib, like I said, man, how the hell Munchie, supposed to be the mayor, right? Respectable blood, that's what he calls himself. You got Assalamu Alaikum, Christian Muslim, Bethlehem, Seventh-day Adventist, Spody Face. And then you got the peace pastor that's always talking about piecing somebody up and giving somebody a PC case. And Hefe. Aunt Hefe, whatever you want to call him. These supposed to be some respectable dudes. Lush, who is this guy? And then this guy is running the show. Straight Mark. You got Get High to the Heavens to See Jesus, Lush, running a podcast of respectable gang members. Boy, listen. In place of the Grand Masoner, Adam 88. I guess that's why a lot of people, when they said we was free and they ain't believe it, so they just stayed, that's what be happening. People be believing that ain't no police station until they get grabbed up. That 4 Extra video, I wanted to tell y'all about too. 4 Extra, he uploaded a short little video, right? I guess he riding around. He riding around in that 4-cylinder Charger. And believe me, after this live, I will be uploading. I bought a gang of stuff to cut and paste, and man, I'm on it. Processing faster. 4 Extra in that same 4-cylinder Charger that we seen DC Baby Draco where he was driving, and that shit was like, yeah, that 4-cylinder thing. He do a video yesterday, I guess, promoting his music. I guess, right? Man, every song on there trash can. And then his reason for making the songs is even worse. This man, every song is burnt out, super turned up with the simplest, easy read verses anybody could ever do. I done heard people on freestyle do better than his Write Down. I understand he trying to ride a wave. I get it. I do get it. It's content, right? For sure. But it got to come a point to where, bro, if you pushing just straight BS and your cousin over here pushing peace, it don't make sense. And y'all both from the same hood. You pushing, if y'all see this new vlog that y'all gonna see it today when I upload it. Make sure y'all gonna see it. It's gonna be 4 Extra. Yes. 4 Extra. What I put, what's the title? Oh, you know what the title gonna be? It's 4-0 to the glove blow. Watch. That's gonna be the title of it. It's 4-0 to the glove blow. Yeah, you know how I'm coming. Mm-hmm. 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 You heard what I said. It's 4-0 to the glove blow. Mm-hmm. When I seen that video and he get to talking, riding it and playing his music, well, I just did a little bit, cut, did a little bit, cut. You know this man got pulled over by the gang task force. Do you know 4 Extra is still on parole? Do you know 4 Extra hops out the whip? Yeah, this the hood. Show the liquor store. Well, he don't show it, but he showed that he going in. Because the little Asian people that he buy the stuff from, you know, they know him. He probably gave him a $5 bill. He told him to keep the change, like I'll be back. But we already know it's entertainment purposes only. Even if it was some change, you know what I mean? Like you told him keep it, I'll be back another time. It probably like 46 cents on 4-0. This nigga get back in the car. He's smashing around his hood, and he's talking while he driving. Mind you, I ain't see no seatbelt on. But you know, you uploaded it. How could you say I was telling? You uploaded this. I didn't see no seatbelt. He might have had one. I don't remember seeing it. And I'm saying it out loud because I watched that video and screen recorded certain shots. I ain't see no seatbelt on. But he stayed talking about, yeah, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Mind you, music full blast. You know what he do? Hit the corner in his hood. Oh, man, that's gang task force. That's gang task force. He's so busy still running his mouth, he ain't turned the goddamn music down. You know what happened? This nigga pull up. Mind you, I don't remember seeing no seatbelt, but he might have had one. He rolled the window down. Hey, what's up? Hey, what you got going on, man? Oh, nothing, man. Just chilling, just chilling. Why? What's up? You driving pretty fast around that corner. We seen you driving pretty fast down the street. You know what he said? I'm just living life. I'm just living life, man. I'm just living life, man. You know, I'm just enjoying life. How you enjoying it, man? It was something you could feel like how you enjoy your freedom. It was like that's how the police was saying it. Like how you enjoying being home after all this time? Like they probably the same police officers that know everything about them, be watching them, no jumper cam Capones. When you upload that and you go to your hood, the police sitting right there in the police car, watching what you and DC Baby Draco did, and then you know them dudes in the background that just pulled up to the live that hit a lick on that old lady or the Mexicans, that taco truck. You on the live? That was you. They ain't smart enough to, oh, I'm gonna change my clothes and I'm gonna go on this DC Baby. No, they not. They gonna go there because why? On the east side, stuff like that, that's their best fits. They wear their best fits. Them kids, if they don't got no gear, they go into the mall and they boosting. It's a fact. That's why I said, like, everybody pushing peace. Okay, you can push peace, but what about the kids that's still in the violence? What about the families, the moms, the dads that's still from that, but stuck there? They ain't gonna tell you out their mouth they want to move, but they don't want to move out the hood. Why? That's their security blanket. That's why I be like, man, some people like jail. Why? Because they don't never want to be alone. Even if they feel alone in their head, just to have the just the social existence, to be social with other people. That's why jail is a cool place for a lot of people. Why? They don't want no bills. They don't want no bills. They don't want to be alone. They don't know what it is to buy your spot and then, you know, have your job, you know, the weight of your spot, your utilities, your car note, insurance. That's too much. They need help. You give them an iPhone and they Android babies, they'll look at you like, man, take this back. Give me an Android. I ain't had people tell me that. I don't know how to use this. iPhone, brother. All right. Mm-hmm. Let me go ahead. You need one of them Obama phones. Yeah, I could use one of them. I know how to work one of them. I know you did. I know you did. Well, man, I'm finna end this live, man. I'm already over my 60 minutes. It's 111 minutes. About to be 112. 112. Make sure y'all pop back in with me later on today. I'm gonna be chopping down some stuff. It look like it's raining right now. I definitely would have went out there, even though it's cold, but it's drizzling right now, and I ain't trying to go back and forth with this weather. This weather right here is just, you said iPhone just updated. I couldn't even do it for a second. Okay. But yeah, but I'm about to tap out right now. I've been on here like 112, 112 minutes. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be dropping more content today, and I will be going live today. Probably sawing some stuff down and having Champ run around and chase some cats that been trying to move in on the backyard. So make sure you stay tapped in, and make sure you don't go to no jumpers, especially if you got a jump shot. It's your boy Neptune the Goon. Say Less Moments TV. I'm 4 Ring, outie here.